Well, my intro didn't play, so that's how this is gonna go. Oh, I got a serious lag. Okay, no, no, hell no. No, no, no. Guys, yeah, I have like I have like a 30-second lag from myself. I can't. I can't do this. I gotta restart. I got to. I can't do this. So another stream in just a sec. I have to reboot. I have to. It's Minecraft. Minecraft is open. I'll be back. I don't know if you're gonna hear me say I'll be back because the lag is so bad that I'm probably gonna be shut down way before you even hear me say it. There we go. Wow, it stayed up and running. It stayed up and running. I don't really have anything, but no one has anything. So whatever I play is something at least. Let me grab some. While I'm talking to you, I'm trying to grab some stuff real quick. I have something. I have 3 short clips from Juanita. There we go. So hold on, stop. I have 3 clips from Juanita. She is a judge in Harris County, Texas. And she's so great. I just think that she is elite. But her audio is really, 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 really bad. So I have 3 clips from her. So we can see her. They're very short. All 3 of them are very short. So you will only see horrible audio for just a moment. However, I think this first one, I'm gonna have to put Groot up because there's a minor, and you don't need to see the minor. So for the first one, the audio is gonna be bad, and you're just gonna see Groot. That's how we roll here. And then the other 2, the audio is not bad for everybody. It's only bad for the judge. But you can hear the crimes that these people committed. And you're going to feel so nostalgic from the first one. Yes, nobody here had committed this crime when they were in school. Nobody did. You want to know why? Because they use a laptop to commit the crime. And none of us had laptops in school. Except for maybe Lena's. None of us had laptops. But we all did stuff. We all did stuff in school. So this will give you you just remember how you were in school. There we go. And I'm gonna put Groot up because there's a. Oh wait, let's put let's do that. Here we go, guys. I'm only gonna keep the statue up for the first clip, and the first clip is only 4 minutes long. I know you can't hear her. I know the audio is bad. I already know. Stop typing. If you're typing, I hope you stub your finger. If you're typing that you cannot hear her, I hope all 5 of your fingers on your right hand, not your left, get stubbed, just so you know. You'll be able to hear the prosecutor and the defense attorney and her crimes. Just breathe through the first part, okay? Shut up, Bobby. The nuns caught me smoking in the girl. I can't remember which bathroom I was in. It was a long time ago. I was either in the girls or the boys' room. And the reason why the nuns caught me is because a bunch of us went into the bathroom. One of us, that was not me, lit up a cigarette. And then when they heard the nuns were coming, they're like, quick, past it, past it, past it. When the nun walked into the bathroom, there I was holding the cigarette because they'd passed it to me.
The computer shows about 1,000.
Victoria. Victoria, you have to show her this video and let her know this. I have from a very good source. I want a better word than good, but it's the only thing that came to my brain right now. I have from a very good source that she's going to get a microphone soon. And then we're gonna play her all day. We're gonna play her all day because she's so good. And for now, you can only see her here. Shut up, Bobby. Terry, oh, how are you feeling? And the birthday. Listen, Terry had a bake all day and then went to a birthday party for her sister. Terry, you're the youngest. No, you're the old. Shut up, Bobby. Terry baked no bake cookies today because that's her sister's favorite. I'm not a fan of no bake cookies though. I'll eat them. Just gonna let this play.
You got some decisions that you got to make.
In case you didn't hear her, okay, so this kid walks into court. He had 3 Xanax. he put in a laptop and the keyboards, and then he gave the laptop to another student, and the teacher caught him dealing drugs in class. So she tried to make one of his bond conditions right there that he has to go to school, or she's about to. I don't know. I can't hear her. But he might be kicked out. I don't care, Linus. You go right for it. So he might be kicked out of school. I don't know. So he can't go to class. But this might be, the mother is there. I don't know if this little person is the mother or not. But they're trying to keep this off of his criminal record. That's all Juanita is doing right now, is trying to keep this off of Juanita's. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That I just, and I know I'm not doing teenagers hard. I really do. But you know, if you make it hard on yourself, if you violate laws and violate, make your mom not touch you, make your mom give you some strict punishment, make your mom, you know, so like you can't have to watch you all the time. You do what you're told, you know, violate.
Shut up, Maiko. Did you hear that? Oh, sugar. Oh, jeez. Oh, golly. Why? Listen, the cats didn't even touch it. I swear. I don't know why the sound is off. The button's even gone. Let's try again. There's no cats near me right now. Can't hear it anyway, so it's probably better. It was probably better that way. That was the first one. The first one we had the little kids sneaking Xanax to other kids, drug dealing early. The crimes just get better and better. Here's the second one. This one is only 2.5 minutes long. And again, any second now, you're going to hear the crimes clearly. You're not going to be able to hear anything else, but you can hear that clearly. Oh, Juanita, please get a microphone.
On March 29th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officer was dispatched to a disturbance at an apartment complex. Complaining witness stated defendant and another woman asked about a 2-bedroom apartment. Defendant began to curse and yell at complaining witness, and she was asked to leave. While they were leaving, a resident told her bye and to have a good day, and defendant began to curse at them. Defendant was asked 7 times to leave, but she refused. Officers arrived and saw defendant in the office doorway. Officer asked defendant to move down the sidewalk so he could speak to complaining witness, and defendant refused. Officer placed defendant in handcuffs. Officer asked for defendant's name and date of birth, but she refused to give her date of birth.
This is what Karens do when they get arrested. She wasn't supposed to be there. They asked her, 7 times to leave, and she refused. She was on full Karen mode at that point at this hotel or whatever. And then the police came and they asked her for her name and she gave it to them. And then they asked her for her date of birth and she told them to go pound sand in a different way. Is that a crime?
The trespass is good, but let's see on the fair ID and see how it's charged. I just don't know if there's a requirement. Let's see how this changes.
I check every day to see if she got a new microphone.
You're required to identify yourself, right? There's nothing in the statute that says you're required to give it some damn part.
But she had an idea, when she gave it back, no, not an idea.
You know?
So there's two charges. There's trespassing, first one, and failure to identify is the second one.
So no PC on the failure to ID. But there's definitely PC on the.
No PC on the failure to identify because she did identify. She was just in full Karen mode and would not give the officers her birth date. Nope. Okay, we got one more, and this one is really good. The charges here are really good. I don't know why. This isn't the first time we heard this stuff in Texas, in Harris County, guys. Just saying, ladies. I'm just saying. This happens in Harris County apparently often, ladies. And I also heard that, one, if you live in Texas and you can prove adultery, you get the house. You get the house and the divorce, just so you know. Now, the only people who doesn't like that, who get offended with that law, are adulterers. So anybody who's like, well, boo-hoo, they don't get the house, that's not fair. Well, then you're an adulterer. And then the third reason why we should move to Texas is the best reason of all. This is why everybody should move to Texas if you want to get rich. And I mean this, rich. Rich, rich, rich. They are, I think it's Tesla, picked a town in Texas. And they are just putting out their peopleless cars on the road. And they're just going to drive these peopleless cars around the roads. Yep. And I mean, sometimes people will be in the cars, but they're not driving the cars. Yo, let's go. Move to Texas, guys. Lawsuit, lawsuit, lawsuit. Hit me. I would run in front of those cars all the time. Hit me. Then I would get married to an adulterer and I'd get a house. I'm just giving you guys life choices right here. I'm just and you leave. I want money. You leave. You come up here. Come to Pennsylvania. Speaking of Pennsylvania, guys, do you have any idea how cool it would be to tell your friends, hey, see my cat right there? I got that from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Yep. Everybody would think you're the coolest ever. So if you want a Lancaster, Pennsylvania cat, you let me know. You just let me know. It'll already be there.
Ms. Anderson, you cannot go back over there. Don't go within 200 feet of our apartment complex.
Here we go. This guy.
Okay, let me get qualified on Mr. John Johnson.
On March 29th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officer was dispatched to a disturbance/weapons call. Officers arrived on scene and defendant stepped out of the gas station completely naked. Officer detained defendant and spoke to the gas station clerk. Complaining witness stated that defendant came in naked and began throwing beer cans. Defendant caused approximately $1,000 worth of damage.
And one of the beer.
So
Guys, he was in a grocery store or gas. He was in a gas station, completely naked. But that's not the bad part. The part that they're struggling with, the part that no one can understand, is he was throwing beer around, and the owner of the gas station says that he caused $1,000 of damage and beer loss. $1,000 of beer is gone. That's a lot of beers to be thrown around.
the complainant stated that he came into the store and he started throwing beer cans all over the place. He threw them on the ground, causing them to break and crack open.
Beer cans breaking and cracking open.
Go.
Is $1,000 worth of damage?
And I don't believe it's even $100 worth of damage. You know, it's the way they pled it. They're saying that it was over $750 worth of beer that he destroyed, and you know that may be a trial issue, but
Beer is expensive. Depends on the beer. If it's from those IPAs, it could be expensive.
from what I understand, there was 15 or 20 beers in the ice.
There's Juanita. Yep. Beer's expensive.
You know, right there, and I don't think it's even $100 worth.
I don't have the number, I don't see the number, but
But the issue is that the next criminal, if he damages somebody else's property, that's criminal. You're not, is the question. Okay? There is reasonable, suspicion on the justice. That's where real good great work, and the state has to do with that. Okay?
I understand.
Okay. So there's possible cause, Mr. Johnson, I don't know what was going on. Okay. I'm just saying that, but I want you to say anything or mention anything that should be you're gonna talk to you. I'm just gonna talk to you. Okay. This is not a trial right now. This is not the time that we're really fighting your case. Okay. All that's required here is for the state to give you at least probable cause. Okay. That's all that's happening. You get to talk to your attorney. He knows what to do. This
Yo, we don't discriminate against beer here. All beer is good beer.
not over yet. Okay. Okay. So,
And then on medication.
I get it. I presume that. Okay. Are you on your medication now? Yes. He's okay. Okay. So, Mr. Johnson, while you're on bond, you have to go back over there, okay? So you might go within 2 or 3 of where this happened. Mr. Johnson, while you're on bond, you need to take your medication. Okay? We'll come into pre-trial and, show them your prescription so we know what's going on. Okay, great. That's so wonderful you're doing it. Thank you. Makes things a little bit easier, okay? And of course, you know, just add a couple and don't pick up any passes, okay? Okay.
We're gonna reset it, and I'm gonna try to work on it.
Okay. Go ahead and have a seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
He just walked away from her. I was really expecting him to throw a fit. This guy right here, but he didn't. He just didn't. But maybe he has clothes on so he feels secure and he's not throwing anything around. Maybe he needs one of those cat or dog little shirts that they snug you. Okay, now that was all I had, guys. It was so here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I just decided to stream. I decided to stream with nothing. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter. I don't care. Let's go to this one. All right, Judge Peeler. I have no idea if anything happens. We're going to look, though, okay? This is Warren County. There. All right, someone's there. That doesn't mean anything's about to happen. Okay. I think we saw this one. Hold on. We did. Delete. It's gone. Never see it again.
Earlier, if you want to. But we'll see if
I don't know. Do I we already saw this anyway. I said, do I take you from bad audio to slightly better audio or not? And no, I don't. Nope, I don't. I don't do that to you. We already saw that.
No, it's very different.
Oh, that's our stream. Never mind. That was me and my kids. Oh.
Yes, Judge.
Sell it. We sell it. We sell it.
If you cannot afford one.
Okay. Okay. All right. I got a better idea. It's not a better idea. It's just a different idea. $15. No, that won't do. Oh, Derek, I haven't seen Derek in a long time. Well, we're not going to see him today. No, I don't think so. Nine hours ago. It's only 20 minutes long. Let's try it. Let's go. Nope, that was boring. I don't think this is good, guys. Let's just try. Let's just see.
Okay, Mr. Ingleson, are you able to hear me okay?
I am, Your Honor, yes.
Thank you. We'll go on the record in Van Wormer versus Trozak. This is Emmett County file number 241085553. The court is sitting in this matter by assignment. We have present on behalf of the plaintiffs, Van Wormer, Mr. Ingleson. This hearing was set for 11 a.m. It's now 11:15. The defendant or defendant's counsel has not appeared. The court has tried. First of all, the court did confirm that they're not physically present at the courthouse in Petoskey.
Lawyers didn't show up.
The court also reached out to Mr. O'Keefe's office to find out the reason why he has not signed in or appeared. As far as I know, no one has been able to contact Mr. O'Keefe. I instructed court staff to let him know that he needed to sign on by 11:15. So we're here today, number one, for defendant's motion to set aside a default, which based on their failure to appear here and the fact that the default was premised on defendant's failure to appear, the court is going to deny that motion. And then this was also set for a status conference. So given Mr. Ingleson that the motion to set aside the default has been denied and your complaint, after having reviewed that, sought injunctive relief, which the court has granted by way temporarily of a preliminary injunction, and declaratory relief, how do you want to go forward so that I can get a final order and get this case wrapped up?
Right. Well, we, as the court's aware, secured a HVAC.
Victoria. This is real life Tetris. Have you guys seen this?
Nothing a retainer can't fix.
Yeah. Wow, so careful.
Okay. Wow. Oh. Oh. Goodbye. All right.
Oh man. No way.
I'm gonna go again.
Oh no. Wow.
Not bad.
Go ahead, Dennis. Wow. Oh man.
Oh boy.
stupid.
Oh, man.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Here about electrician, I guess it was, I'm not quite sure what. And got a new gas line put on the outside of the building and then drilled through their end of the property into, and were able to connect their furnaces during that, if you will, emergent time frame in mid-November. At the time we filed suit and sought the ex parte order. That was at considerable expense, number one. Number two, they've spent a considerable amount of money with legal fees. So my goal would be to request a default judgment, ask for obviously a permanent injunction continuing so that they not interfere again. And number one, number two, and ask the court to consider the monetary damage affiliated with what occurred last year.
Okay, so in my view, you know, the cost of installing the new line, I mean, that's a sum certain, right?
It is.
Okay, are you asking for damages above or beyond that sum certain?
Well, number one is that. Number two is our costs and fees. The third item that my client has mentioned to me was the interruption of their work that affiliated with completing a restaurant that they were building in the lower portion of the building. And he, Mr. Van Wormer, also has a full-time employee they have a lot of real estate matters that engaged a lot of time during that time period to facilitate getting the electric installed and being careful in terms of the business. So that is a number I don't know specifically.
Okay. So I think if we were just dealing with the sum certain, then the court would, you know, I could enter a default judgment without a hearing. But to the extent that it sounds like you're going to seek other damages, so I think I would need to have an evidentiary hearing to determine the amount of damages. Now that, you know, liability is established, I think in terms of the declaratory judgment, the preliminary injunction, I don't think we need a hearing for that. I think you're entitled to that relief by virtue of the default. And you're entitled to a finding of liability for damages, and then I guess
water bottle fan challenge with my dad.
The amount. So I'm going to ask that you contact my assistant, request an evidentiary hearing for the default judgment. I don't know how much time do you think you would need to present proofs on those issues?
In a hearing?
Yeah.
Oh, an hour at most. I will also see on the, go ahead, I'm sorry, Aaron.
I was gonna say, just to be safe, when you call to ask for the date, ask for 2 hours. That way we get a little, we don't need all that time, that's fine.
Fine. I would also say on the record, I'm going to talk with my client, and my inclination would be for him to have us apply for some certain default judgment and not pursue the argument where you have to present proofs and have cross-examination and all that kind of stuff. But
okay.
So I will contact your assistant as directed and let her know our direction. For certain, if it's that direction, we'll get a hearing date. Does that work?
Okay. Yep. And if you're not going to be requesting damages outside of that, the cost of that running that line,
I know there's no sound. There's no sound there. Judge didn't turn the microphone on yet. Okay. Hold on. Nope. There we go. He turned it on.
Ashley Bridgewater, if I could have you, please.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, Your Honor.
No problem, no problem. So I
I'm gonna run away real quick and put some dinner in the microwave. I'll be right back. Be good.
I was gonna call your matter because had reviewed the documentation in advance. We did get a letter from Fora Health on March 24th that showed you were compliant with treatment. Looks like you might be in phase 1 of your outpatient now. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Yeah, I'm gonna find actually you're in full compliance. You're doing a really good job. I'm not gonna see you again till July because things are going well. So
Okay.
your next court date is gonna be on the 24th of July, 2025 at 1:30. Like you are appearing today, you can be on Zoom. We're gonna be sending you some documentation. We have an address for you on East Burnside in Portland. Is that where you're still getting your mail?
That is correct, Your Honor. I'm at a sober living community housing program.
It's wonderful. So we're gonna get that document out to you. Please keep up the good work and I'll see you in July. Wish you well.
Thanks, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Thanks, Ashley. Take care. Zachary Freeman. Hello, sir. Can I have you just state your name and date of birth for the record, please?
Zachary Freeman, January 5th, 2006.
Okay. So, Mr. Freeman, I'm just getting your paperwork pulled up here. Looks like I last saw you back in January. You've completed your 6 days of work crew. It's like we were just maybe waiting on the substance use evaluation. Have you had that happen yet?
Yeah, so I had the evaluation done and I was told, I went through CMAR in Vancouver.
Okay.
I was told by them, because they had me sign an ROI for Mr. Cheney, my lawyer.
Okay.
And they were supposed to send all the information from them to him, and then he was supposed to give them to the court. And they told me that they emailed him for his fax number, but I'm assuming if you don't have the information from it yet, that he never sent it to them.
Yeah, so usually what happens when you have entered your stay is your attorney withdraws. So you would send it directly to the court, which is fine.
That's my bad.
We do have an email address we can write on your form that'll have that email. Do you know what they recommended in regards to the evaluation?
They said a level 1 treatment program.
Okay. Okay, and are you doing any treatment right now through them?
Not yet. Most places are in Vancouver and I live in Battleground and I don't have my license at the moment to be able to drive down there freely.
Okay.
But I am looking at places because I am very interested in getting started.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I'm gonna set this out just so we can get those documents out about 2 months. But certainly you're fine with proceeding and doing those steps that you need to do. So I'm gonna set this out to our June 19th court date.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. So I'm not gonna do that one because that's only a morning docket. I totally slipped my mind. Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'm gonna set this out to our June 12th court date.
Yes, sir.
At 1:30. And so again, we'll get you some information on how to get that evaluation directly to the court, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna get some paperwork to you at the desk by the door, and once you have that, you are free to go.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Take care. All right, I'm just gonna call some names, and if you hear your name, just raise your hand. Of Aaron Andrade in the courtroom. How about Harold Andrus? All right, so I'm gonna take, Mr. Andrus, if you want to come forward, sir. How are you?
Good, Your Honor. How are you today?
I'm doing okay.
Man, you're
It
so
looked like,
vicious.
we were looking for on your case, Mr. Andrus, either some proof of your substance use treatment or a DV evaluation. Have those things happened?
Yes, I have them with me right here, Your Honor.
Perfect. If you want to come forward, I'll, do you mind if I take the copies from you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. No, that's fine. Thank you. Okay.
For the treatment. And this one, that is the counseling for the assessment.
Oh, thank you.
Your Honor, I do have my sponsor in AA.
Mm-hmm.
Give you that.
Okay, sure.
And a good friend of mine, 30 years of life.
Nice. Nice. So once you go back there, because
Fine, Nan. If you're gonna use a whole press, I got a brick.
I want you to make sure we're on the record because we dice get picked up in the microphone. Do you have some documentation or regarding your AA participation? It's like you're doing a great job. The documentation from A Better Way Counseling shows that there was an assessment done on the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks like in regards to, so there's a mental health evaluation. And I think that the recommendation was for a substance use evaluation.
Well, on my paperwork, Your Honor, my attorney, she said she has it highlighted on there. It says.
Cast iron wins.
Get a treatment plan, which she made up for me. And that's what she's seeing me in therapy for, from Columbia River Health.
Okay. I'm just taking a look at, okay. Yeah, I would agree that the substance use disorder evaluation box is checked, but then it says to get documentation from, it says from Columbia River Treatment Facility.
Correct, Your Honor.
If I
Matter-
recall
Yes.
correctly, I think it was because the understanding or the belief was he'd already done an evaluation.
Sure. Yeah,
And
he's done
so-
inpatient.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I think the hope was just to continue substance abuse treatment. But if the request from the substance abuse evaluator was mental health treatment, I have no issue with that whatsoever. But I think the goal was just
Right.
to keep treatment going.
Okay. So have you been doing any alcohol treatment at all or just your AA classes? Right?
The AA and therapy, as a matter of fact, I see my therapist tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm like once or twice a month whenever she can get me in.
I did.
And are you, because Columbia River Mental Health is had some budgetary issues, I think that's fairly well known. Are you doing any treatment at all through them?
Any kind of treatment?
Yeah.
Just the therapy, and the AA, Your Honor.
And you're seeing a therapist at Columbia River Mental
Yes,
Health? or
right here in
somewhere
Battleground,
else?
Your Honor.
Okay, in Battleground. Okay. All right. Okay, so Mr. Andrus, I am going to find that you are in compliance. I'm going to go ahead and set this over to the 24th of July, 2025 for your next court date. I appreciate you bringing in your documentation. I appreciate your continued sobriety. I think you're
Okay.
doing quite well.
Okay, good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Paperwork will be at the desk by the door.
Okay.
Ma'am with the wagon, what's your name? What's your last name? Miss Mendez? All right, Ms. Mendez, come on up. You can bring the whole group if you'd like. All right. And if I could have you just state your name and date of birth, please, for the record.
Zoe Mendez, July 9th, 1995.
All right. So it looks like Ms. Mendez entered a stay back in January. We were checking in on the 24 hours of community service and the mental health evaluation. What can you tell me?
I have an actual evaluation. Right here. And then I totally misunderstood. I thought I had to at least talk to somebody about community service by the 24th. I actually just finished my training this morning for
Okay.
my organization, so I
That's
start Monday.
Where are you going to be doing your
I'm doing it with Soldiers Angels.
Southwest Angels?
Soldiers Angels.
Soldiers Angels.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. And do you have a copy of that evaluation I could take a look at briefly? So, okay, is this, so this is one's okay for me to have? Okay, thank you. So this is wonderful. This is exactly what we're looking for, but generally the evaluation as well would have an assessment, and then this is kind of like a, this is sort of more along the lines of just showing your compliance with it, but we like to have kind of the underlying thing that they're having you do as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so
So
just
that's
like,
more of the evaluation. This is definitely verifying you're in treatment. I'm not
Okay.
contesting that at all. But maybe just a copy of the evaluation would be wonderful that they
Okay.
did at the very beginning.
Mhm.
And that you can send that directly to the court, send
Okay.
you some information for that. Let me just make a note on here. You are doing so good at being so quiet. Thank you so much. I'm gonna see you back here on the 24th of July. Sounds like we'll be with the Soldiers Angels stuff that you're working on.
Yeah.
Just make sure to bring in your time card at that point.
Okay.
I'll get a copy of the evaluation and just keep going with your treatment. You're doing
and the
wonderful.
evaluation is the one that I got right before I started with her, correct?
Yeah, the first thing they probably did.
Okay, perfect.
Sound good?
Thank
All
you.
right, paperwork will be at that desk by the door. Thank you so much for coming in. Have a good day. All right, Mr. Anderson, I apologize for keeping you waiting. I wanted to get a couple of folks out of here. Are you ready to go on the Broersma matter?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay. It's Mr. Broersma in the courtroom. Come on up, sir, to the podium, please. And when you get up here, sir, if you could just state your name and your date of birth.
Austin Brosma, 014-2000.
Okay. Mr. Anderson, how is Mr. Broersma asking to proceed today?
Your Honor, just for the record, I've been out sick with COVID for 14 days. I need time to confer with my client further. We do have discovery. That being said, I haven't had a chance to properly review it with my client, so we're requesting a set over, and our client's willing to waive his right to speedy trial.
I wonder how many of his clients have to stay in jail extra because he's been sick for 14 days. Maybe he doesn't do, that criminal. Maybe he just does traffic tickets and little things like this.
How far out were you asking to set this, Mr. Anderson?
I think sometime the next 90 days should work just fine.
So, Mr. Broersma, were you able to talk to Mr. Anderson about your right to a speedy trial?
Yes, sir.
You understand that in doing a waiver of speedy trial, you'd be giving the city of Richfield 90 days from whatever date we decide to commence or begin that speedy trial running again, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Anderson, I'm fine with letting you choose a date that works for you. The court is out here every Thursday. And I will just do a waiver commencing that same date. So go ahead and choose one that works for your schedule.
Um. I'm looking at June right now. I don't want to push this out too far. Any Thursday except the 12th in June works for me, Your Honor. We could choose the 19th.
Listen, I'm just trying to save your life. Don't wuss her. She'll prove that's wrong.
So the 19th is actually a date court is closed. So I may have misspoke. On that day, on that week, we're doing court on the 18th and it's only in the morning. So probably for the
Actually, I changed my mind. Go ahead. Because we have nurses in here. we can go ahead and hurt each other all we want. They're here. They'll put us all back together again. It's all good.
month of June, the better date would be the 26th, if that would work for you.
And her knitting.
We could do July 6th. That should also work.
Okay. So Mr. Broersma, in doing a waiver commencing July 6th, as we talked about, you're giving the city of Richfield 90 days from that date if it becomes necessary to bring you to trial. Do you understand your right to speedy trial?
Yes, sir.
And do you agree with the waiver?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the waiver. I'll find it's knowing, intelligent, and voluntarily made. Your next court date is July 6th, 2025, and that's going to be at 1:30 in the afternoon. You can appear like you are today in person. You can also do it and choose to appear that day via Zoom. You just need to be present one way or the other. We are going to get you some paperwork, sir, in regards to the return court date and a copy of your speedy trial waiver. Once you have that document, sir, you are free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Hope you feel better.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do have another case. It's Paige Roseland.
Oh, Tage Roseland. There we go. Mr. Roseland, if I could have you unmute, sir, please, and then state your name and date of birth. Tage Roseland, just need to take yourself off of mute, sir.
It's supposed to be chicken parm. Does that look like chicken parm to you? No, doesn't taste like it either.
There you go.
Tage Roseland.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Anderson.
Thank you, Your Honor. As stated previously, I've been out sick with COVID 14 days. I retained this matter extremely close to when I started getting sick. During this time, we have received the discovery. Again, just not had a chance to review it with my client. There is some potential negotiations are going to be beginning with the prosecution. We've already conferred a little bit. That being said, my client's willing to waive his right to a speedy trial to effectuate a further court date.
You want to use the same date that you used on Mr. Broersma?
Yes, Your Honor, that should work. In addition, Your Honor, I'm not sure if the court's aware, but he has two cases. One's a reckless driving. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'll put both cause numbers on the waiver. Mr. Roseland, you've been able to talk to Mr. Anderson about your right to speedy trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
In doing a waiver beginning on the 6th of July, you'd be giving the city of Battle Ground 90 days from that date if it became necessary to bring you to trial. So 2 questions. First of all, do you understand your right to speedy trial?
Yep.
And second of all, do you agree to enter the waiver?
Yep.
I'll accept the waiver. I'll find it knowing, intelligent, and voluntarily made. Mr. Roseland, your next court date is the 6th of July, 2025. That is going to be at 1:30 in the afternoon, sir. You can be in person that day or on Zoom, but you do need to be present for court. The court is going to be mailing you out some documents, sir, that has your paperwork, your return court date, and a copy of the speedy trial waiver. We have an address for you, sir, on Morning Drive in Yakult. Is that where you'd like the mail to be sent?
Fake chicken pie.
Sounds great. We'll send your documents there. If there's nothing further, you can go ahead and log out.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms. Carmy.
Thank you. Feel better.
I hope so.
All right, I'm gonna go over to Aiden Johnson. Aiden Johnson, please.
There, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm appearing on two criminal matters. First one I will call.
Behold, the greatest mustache. Look at that, guys. He works hard on that. Give him props.
If I may, is going to be Richard Rogers. See on Zoom. Next case after that would be Mateo Wilkins.
Okay. Sounds good. Mr. Rogers, if I could have you just take yourself off of, there you are. Can you state your name and date of birth, please, for the record?
Richard Rogers, pardon me, July 16th, 1965.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
Judge, we are asking to set this case to June 12th. Reason for that request is that Mr. Rogers is needing to get his license reinstated in order to take the city's offer. This has been taking some time. Mr. Rogers, unfortunately, or fortunate or not, he's traveling for work very regularly, so he's out of the area. He does have an appointment next week with the Department of Licensing, and so he should be very close. The date is really just selected because as
Cap, liar. He works from home. He works from his mama's basement. Look at him. He does.
looks like one of the next upcoming dates that may work where I'll be returning to Battleground Court. He would be willing to do a speedy trial waiver in order to effectuate that return, and so he would waive commencing that return date.
So, Mr. Rogers, you've been able to talk to Mr. Johnson about your right to speedy trial?
Yes, I have, sir.
And in entering a waiver beginning on June 12th of 2025, you'd be giving the city of, in this case, the city of Battleground, 90 days from that date if it became necessary to bring you to trial. Again, you understand your right to speedy trial?
I do, sir.
And you're in agreement with the waiver?
Yes, I am, sir.
All right, we will accept the waiver. I'll find it knowing, intelligent, and voluntarily made. We are going to be sending you some paperwork, sir. Are you still getting your mail at the address on Greeley Street in Camas?
Yes, I am, sir.
All right, sir, we will go ahead and send it there. If there's nothing further, you can go ahead and log out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah.
Next one then is Mateo Wilkins. Looks like he's present by Zoom.
Okay. And Mr. Wilkins, if I could have you state your name and date of birth, please, for the record.
Mateo Wilkins, August 4th, 2000.
All right, Mr. Wilkins, your attorney, Mr. Johnson, is here with us. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
You're in a similar circumstance and really wanting to resolve this case and are looking to not have to ask for continuances further. However, we are not ready to resolve today. I don't think the parties necessarily are at the point of wanting to set for trial. Asking to return on this matter on August 21st, setting out a ways once again, no particular reason. I think Mr. Wilkins needs a little bit more time than Mr. Rogers in order to get his license reinstated. And then that looks like an upcoming date where I'll be before Battleground Court. I have discussed with Mr. Wilkins his right to speedy trial and he's willing to waive commencing that date.
So, Mr. Wilkins, in entering a speedy trial waiver commencing August 21st, 2025, you are giving the city of Richfield 90 days from that date if it became necessary to bring you to trial. Do you understand your right to speedy trial?
Yes.
And are you in agreement with that commencement date?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm going to find you're making a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver. Speedy trial will commence August 21st, 2025. Give me just a second. I'm just going to be a little bit behind on my paperwork here. And I'm going to find there's a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver. Mr. Wilkins's next court date, as we've stated, is August 21st, 2025.
Yo, one of y'all should stand up for her since she's not here. Somebody should jump to her defense.
Previously imposed release conditions remain in place.
Only because I got my days mixed up. No, the next day.
And Mr. Wilkins, we're going to be mailing you some paperwork. Are you still getting your mail with the PO?
Not all heroes wear capes. Not all heroes. I mean, this is not that bad. Jazzy. You're now Jazzy.
PO Box in Richfield 1584.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, we'll be sending the documents, sir. If there's nothing further, you can log out.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nan doesn't have to bully. If Nan just typed offhand one day, oh, it would be nice if Kathy was on. Boom. I would be on before she finished typing it.
Your Honor, if I may, I do see that I'm scheduled for an infraction at 3 that I'm appearing on for the first time. I was just wondering if I could request a set over on that matter. It'd be Thomas Cross.
But it looks like on Thomas Cross, we originally did a waiver of speedy disposition from the first setting. Maybe we've done 2. Looks like I have March 20th on here and then April 24th. Are you asking for one more resetting?
I am, Your Honor. So, for my file, I'm seeing that we were hired on this case failure. I think, let me see. I just want to make sure I'm saying this correctly, but I am nearly certain we were just hired earlier this month.
So he may have, I think I recall this gentleman, he's a CD holder. I think he did it twice himself, so this is certainly your first.
Yeah, I just double checked. So I was hired around April 15th and he had already appeared a couple times on it. So it's my first continuance request.
Gotcha. And how far out, Mr. Johnson?
June 12th, if we could, Your Honor, I'll be back that day.
That's fine. June 12th, 2025 at 3 p.m.
That's
and we'll
great.
set to that date. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Yep, you too. Michelle Beasley Colasar, please.
I'm here.
Thank you, ma'am. Can I have you state your name and date of birth, please, for the record?
Michelle Marie Beasley Colazar, July 7th, 2000.
Thank you very much. Ms. Beasley Colasar, we're reviewing your compliance with 24 hours of community service. Have you done your community service?
Not just yet. I have been trying to find a good one that's within the area because I currently don't have a car, so I have to walk to said areas. And I was trying to figure out where I'd put the paper with the recommendations on it, and I have unfortunately lost that paper now. Would I be able to have a paper mailed that I could use for the recommendations for the community services?
Yeah, I mean, it's not too complex. It's any nonprofit that you choose. And so certainly, as long as they are a charitable organization, that's a fine option for community service. You're in Portland too, so you should have a number of options, at least in regards to the mailing address. So
Yeah. I just wasn't entirely too sure if I could just kind of choose or if I had to go by recommendation.
yeah, no, you can totally choose.
Awesome.
I'll set this out. So the stay was entered in January. I'm going to set this out to July, but I'm going to expect that you've done some pretty significant community service before the July 24th court date. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll get it. Phone number we can call.
Okay. The court clerk was asking, ma'am, if you could provide us with a phone number, please, for you.
Yes, I was able to get that updated. The number is going to be 503
Mhm,
482
mhm.
3114.
Sounds good. Okay, we'll be mailing you some paperwork. Are you still getting your mail on Holiday Street in Portland?
I am.
All right, we will send the information there. You can go ahead and log out. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep,
Have a good day.
you too. All right, Mr. Jordan, if I could have you unmute, sir,
Yes, sir.
and if I could have you just state your name and date of birth for the record, please.
Joshua Jordan,
And date of birth.
3/15/78.
All right, Mr. Jordan, looks like you're 47 sessions through your treatment, at least that's what the documentation shows. So you should almost be done. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I think it's a 52-week program.
Yes.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this out 2 months. And if I get graduation documentation that shows you graduated, we can just cancel the last court date. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So if we set this out 2 months, that would take us out to June 26th. So your responsibility, Mr. Jordan, is just to make sure to get any final compliance or graduation paperwork or whatever to the court. We are going to be mailing you notice of that court date. Are you still on Fair Oaks Road Southeast in Olympia?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we will send the documents there, sir. If there's nothing further, you can log out.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, you too.
Michael, I promised I
Sierra
would watch,
Hartford, if I could have you.
promised you I'd watch a video after work today, but I lied because I didn't. I'm bad.
You unmute, turn your camera on.
please.
Hello, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth for the record, please?
Sierra Hartford, 5/21/98.
Okay. So Ms. Hartford, I saw you last in February. I do see you completed your aggression control level 2. We had assigned you 56 hours of community service and you've got 32 hours done so far. So you're doing quite well. Is that all accurate?
Yes, correct.
Perfect. All right. Well, again, I think I'm probably going to do the same thing I did with the last gentleman is I'm going to set a date in June. But certainly if you get documentation that shows the community service is done, I can cancel that next court date, okay?
Alrighty, sounds good.
Okay. 6. And then I was just going to verify the mailing address we were going to use for you, Ms. Hartford. Are you still getting your mail at the address on 9th Avenue in Longview?
Yes, correct.
All right, keep up the good work and we'll send some documents to you. You can go ahead and log out.
Alrighty, thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
Bye. Dominic West in the courtroom? Dominic West. Cyrus Boatman? Hello, sir. I'm doing well. How are you? All right. Just gonna get your paperwork brought up here. All right, Mr. Boatman.
With my gum on. This one.
So, Mr. Boatman, it looks like you're doing your work through, your victims panel's done. Looks like you were just looking for proof of the substance use evaluation. Have you had that scheduled yet at all, or?
Nah. I've been having trouble with transporting up here, so.
Yeah.
With my car not being fixed, but it should be fixed soon, so I'm
Okay.
seeing if I can get a little bit more time.
I was gonna say, you're doing the things you're supposed to do, and as long as you keep, even though it's slow but sure, you're doing the things you're supposed to do. So I'm gonna see you again in July.
Okay.
I did find you in compliance on the different pieces that you have done. I try to never, if someone is making progress, some progress is better than no progress. Let's put it that way. Okay. So, Mr. Boatman, we're going to get you a document at the desk by the door. Once you have your paperwork, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Yes. This post.
Christine
Busquets.
It's always got, it's always been part of the version last week.
Let's just really confuse
Vanessa
the post
Ossoff.
and the license.
If you want to bring the kids up, you can. Yeah, it's totally fine. It's like everyone's ready for the park.
Yes. Spider-Man cross
Fun stuff.
and
All
Little
right.
Mermaids.
So let's see. So I know we had talked a little bit about, we were gonna hold off on doing the work crew until March. I know it sounds like you reached out in April and they may have thought something else, but it sounds also like they're letting you're gonna be able to restart now? Is
Yeah,
that
he
fair?
said I just needed to come back to my court date and get
Okay.
reinstated,
Yeah.
and then I would be able to go back
Yeah.
and actually do work crew.
Sure. And have you had a chance to get the evaluation scheduled yet or not yet?
They should have faxed it over to Mr. Campbell.
Yeah, sometimes when the attorneys are finished with the case, we don't get it. Do you see your victims panels done?
I can go look at my email, and see if I can get it printed off.
Okay.
What was the name?
Vanessa Hossiflett.
I do recall receiving something about that. I just assumed that
Okay.
they sent it to,
Yeah, and where are you doing your treatment?
They didn't have me do a treatment plan or
Okay.
anything. I did go over to Seymour though, and that's where I did the panel and the.
Okay, I did see the panel was done. Okay. Yeah, maybe Mr. Campbell could see if we can get that printed out. I will reassign the work crew. I'm gonna see you again in July.
Okay.
In July 24th, 2025. Is Devin still here? So the same place you checked in for court where the glass partition is, you can go talk to Devin and he can get that started.
Okay.
You guys should all go to the park then.
Okay.
We all wish we were outside today. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right.
see you, Vanessa. I'll let you know if for some reason I can't find that email.
Molly Isaac. Molly Isaac.
Hello,
Can I have you state your name and date of birth for the record, please?
Molly Isaac, 6481.
Okay. You completed your community service. You've got your substance use disorder evaluation and your victims panel done.
Yeah.
You're doing really, really well.
Um,
Let me take a peek here and just see if there's anything else that we're still looking for. Looks like, are you doing some treatment right now?
yeah, I have a paper from the counselor lady on what we're doing right now.
Okay.
So I don't know if you,
Well, I appreciate you being here because I think you were going to be doing an inpatient here.
yeah, we're just kind of, I'm waiting for a detox bed.
Got it.
Um,
Got it.
And then we're gonna go from there.
Yeah, do your best. You're doing well.
Thank you.
Okay, I know it's hard, especially when you're waiting, but do your best, do whatever you
whatever
do
you
to
do
stay
to
sober.
I mean,
And I hope you get that bed super quick. I'm not gonna see you till July, because you're technically doing everything you need to do. I hope to get a great report and hope detox goes well and your next steps after that too.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Keep well. I'm gonna see you again on July 24th will be our next court date at 1:30. We're gonna get you some paperwork at the desk by the door.
I wanted to say we need a Karen, but I was reading what you were saying while I was saying that, and I said we need a Kelly. We need a nice Karen to pop up in here.
And again, do well, Molly.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Good luck. Daniel Kincaid. Make sure he's filtering. Devin Lane. Tisha Lewis.
People call me Karen all the time.
Nathan Pulu. See, Mr. Pulu is on Zoom. Sir, if I could have you unmute and turn your camera on. Yep. Can I have you state your name and date of birth, please, for the record?
Yes.
March 1st, 1981.
Thank you, sir. So it looks like your victims panel's done, your home monitoring is completed, and you're in compliance with treatment. I know that the last thing we got from mental health treatment was in March. Are you getting services right now or not?
Yeah, I'm seeing a therapist. I had my second session yesterday.
Okay. Well, then you're doing great, Nathan. I appreciate you getting all this stuff in and all this stuff done. I'm not gonna see you again until the month of July, because you're in.
Battleground. I don't know. Isn't it Michigan? Is it Battleground in Michigan? Or is it Battleground Washington? I thought she was Washington. But you know what? I have no idea what state we're in. None. Doesn't say. My YouTube manager should be fired.
We're in compliance with everything. I'm gonna see you again on July 24th, 2025.
Could be Colorado.
So just
Battleground,
getting your
Colorado.
documents filed and doing what you're supposed to do. I do have a address for you that I'm gonna send some documents to on Northeast 41st Street in Vancouver. Is that where you'd like your mail sent?
Yes, please.
Perfect, Nathan. Keep up the good work, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, talk to you soon.
I don't know. All right, hold on. Judge Andrew Wheeler.
Try to clear out the rest of our courtroom. On this side of the report. What's the name? What was the last name again? I apologize.
Quinn.
Okay, Miss Quinn. Why don't you go ahead and come on up here?
Vancouver. Washington.
Bless you.
I Googled it. It's Washington. Yep. Kelly said it's Washington.
So it looks like we were gonna see Ms. Quinn to check in on a mental health evaluation. Has that happened?
Yes, I got all my paperwork and a letter because my Columbia River Mental Health was closed for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I got a letter in there stating everything.
Okay.
My therapist is not coming back.
Yeah.
So I'm in process of waiting for a new setup with a new therapist,
Okay.
but I have all my documents in here.
Yo, I let him wear socks. I'm not a savage.
Sounds good. Are you comfortable bringing that forward on behalf of Ms. Quinn? Ms. Quinn, are these your copies?
You can have them.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take a quick peek at what you have, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Socks are gross. You would be in trouble in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You would be in trouble.
This is kind of a tough thing for a lot of our folks. And it looks like you were doing exactly what we had asked you to do. Do you mind, I think we can make a copy
Okay.
of the paperwork that you've provided, and then I'll give you the originals back.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna put these on top. I am gonna find Ms. Quinn that you are in compliance. I'm gonna, let's see here. Yeah, that'd be great. I apologize. Sometimes I forget where I am here for just a second. Okay.
I cannot sleep in socks. I cannot. I would never be able to fall asleep. Nope. Nope. Yeah, he was on earlier. He came back with a hard hat on. Maybe he has 2 cases.
Made a little note here just so I can remember the next time I look at all of this, what's going on. So Ms. Quinn, I'm going to see you next on the 24th of July. And hopefully at that time, we'll be able to have a new provider.
Yes.
And I hope things are going super well. Again, we're going to make a photocopy of the paperwork you've provided and return everything to you at the very far desk by the door, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, closest to me, yeah, who's here for court?
It can be.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Slivkov, come on up. Victor?
Nobody wants to admit.
Thank you, sir.
It can't be.
Nobody wants to admit they sleep in socks. Nobody.
And if I can have you just state your name and the date of birth, please, for the record.
Victor Slivkov, March 27, 1997.
Let me go back.
So it looks like Mr. Slivkov, oops, not sure why that just closed. I'm just taking a look at my notes here. Looks like you were on a stay from December. You were last in court in March.
Yeah.
You've done your evaluation and recommended treatment. They recommended a 14-week program. And I did not see anything after that. What can you tell me? You have some documents?
Yeah, you needed proof of that.
Yeah, let me just see what you're doing. So if you have that, you can just bring it forward and I'll take a quick look. That's all right.
Judge,
Wonderful.
no.
Thank you very much.
Use the bailiff, Judge.
So this one says you're scheduled to start in December. I'm going to just see, look at the dates here. This is from December as well. Are you in treatment right now?
I just have to do the UV test.
Okay, so
Every
have
month.
you been going to treatment?
I just had two treatments in
Okay,
December.
but you're supposed to do 14.
Yeah, but they said they'll drop it if they see that I'm in a good process.
Yeah, but
So they're just
you haven't
making
been
me-
there since December though.
No, I just do the UV test every month.
You do a UA test?
UA, yeah.
Yeah, but they recommended that you do 14 weeks of treatment, not just UAs.
I mean, I did 2 classes, and after that, they'd have
Lock him up. Cammy, Carmen's trying not to laugh.
classes. Just told me to keep doing my UV test.
Well, so if you get documentation that shows you only have to do 2, but again, what the Lifeline report that was submitted said 14. Let me take a look at this one here.
It's another word for sunlight, Nan.
So I'll set this out 1 month to see what you want to provide to me. Usually you don't have them altering things like that, but again, yeah, I'll need something from Lifeline that they can send to us, okay?
All right.
So I'm gonna see you back here on May 29th. And make sure to sign a release so it can be communicated from Lifeline directly, okay?
All right.
All right, sir, I'm gonna give you your paperwork that you brought in here back. And we'll get you some documents by the door. Thank you. Yep. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's see. So we had Mr. Roseland was on July 6th. That is a Sunday. All right, so Mr. Anderson, do you want that to be on July 10th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead and just amend that. Apologies. July 10th. I'll keep the waiver commencing on July 6th. That won't be a problem. And we'll do the other one also on July 10th. And I've initialed by both of those. Thank you for bringing it to the court's attention, Mr. Anderson.
Absolutely, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yep, have a
Do
good
my
day.
clients need to appear for those new documents, or should I just let them know?
They do not need to appear. I have altered them, and as long as officer of the court, you pass along that new court date, we'll be good to go.
Perfect. I'll call them now. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Mr. Roseland, it looks like might.
Okay, guys, we made it to the end. Thank you so much for coming out to this weird stream that I had no content for. We made it through. We had content. We had really bad audio and an excellent judge. We had really good audio and a judge that made me sleepy, but it's called balance. And we had tortillas, and I've done the tortilla challenge before. Our tortilla challenge was just you drink water and then you get slapped. There was no rock, paper, scissors at all. Oh, by the way, okay, guys, if you make it to my stream, not in a couple hours, but in a day, in a couple hours, that one, Victoria is going to sound like an angel from heaven in the middle of a very boring trial. I'm just telling you. No, I have to work a double. I have to open. I just closed. Now I have to open. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, I forgot. I'm not going to play an outro. I want to test something. I want to test what YouTube does about something. And so I'm going to read something. You guys can go because you're not going to enjoy it. It's not going to be enjoyable. I just want to read these lyrics to a song, and I want to see if YouTube nails me for it. It's just lyrics. So, and I want to read them kind of like monotone so it doesn't sound like a song. So you guys can just go now. Just go away. Bye, guys. Okay. YouTube test. See if I get demonetized for this. I don't want to talk about things we've gone through, though it's hurting me. Now it's history. I've played all my cards, and that's what you've done too. Nothing more to say. No more ace to play. The winner takes it all. The loser standing small beside the victory. That's her destiny. I was in your arms, thinking I belonged there. I figured it made sense, building me a fence, building me a home, thinking I'd be strong there. But I was a fool, playing by the rules. The gods may throw the dice, their minds as cold as ice, and someone way down here loses someone dear. The winner takes it all, takes it all. The loser has to fall, has to fall. It's simple and it's plain, it's so plain. Why should I complain? Why complain? But tell me, does she kiss like I used to kiss you? Does it feel the same when she calls your name? Somewhere deep inside, you must know I miss you. But what can I say? Rules must be obeyed. The judges will decide, will decide. The likes of me abide, me abide. Spectators of the show, always staying low, staying low. The game is on again, on again. A lover or a friend, or a friend. A big thing or a small, big or small. The winner takes it all, takes it all. I don't want to talk if it makes you feel sad, and I understand you've come to shake my hand. I apologize if it makes you feel bad, seeing me so tense, no self-confidence. But you see, the winner takes it all. The winner takes it all. So the winner takes it all, and the loser has to fall. Throw the dice, cold as ice, way down here, someone dear. Takes it all, has to fall, and it's plain, why complain? Okay. I gotta see if YouTube demonetizes me for that. And I didn't sing it at all. Do you know how hard it is to read that song without singing it? I was sweating. I'm not, but I'm sweating. Now I'm going to have to go sing it loudly and off key. Bye, guys. Mwah.